In 1972, amidst the economic transformation of Southeast Asia, a tiny copper-plated coin was released quietly into circulation in Singapore. At just 1 cent in value, few paid it much attention. But today, this very coin has become one of the most sought-after treasures in the world of numismatics. It was minted under the authority of the Republic of Singapore, a relatively young nation then, still shaping its identity after gaining full independence in 1965. The coin bore symbols of national pride, yet at the time, it was just loose change to most. On the obverse of this coin rests the prominent image of the majestic lion's head, representing courage, strength, and the soul of Singapore. Surrounding it are the words Singapore in English, Chinese, Tamil, and Malay, representing the nation's multicultural foundation. The reverse side of the coin featured the numerical denomination, 1 cent, boldly at its center, with the year 1972 minted below. A wreath design framed its sides, symbolizing peace and progress. But hidden among the millions produced were certain unique flaws and anomalies that would later command global attention. Singapore's coin production in the early 1970s was managed with extreme precision, but the 1972 batch holds a mysterious reputation. Fewer high-grade examples survived than anticipated, and some coins bore peculiar errors that made collectors stop and stare. One of the most iconic anomalies is the misaligned die strike. Some of the 1972 coins were minted slightly off-center, creating a visual rarity instantly spotted by experienced numismatists. These were not just flawed, they were unique. A few 1972 1-cent coins also showed doubling in the text and numerals, especially the year mark and the word Singapore. This phenomenon, known as a double die error, adds a layer of complexity and value to any coin. Unlike higher denomination coins that people often save, the 1-cent coins were heavily circulated and handled roughly. As a result, pristine uncirculated versions of the 1972 issue are incredibly hard to find. Most surviving examples today are worn down, scratched, or corroded. Another factor adding to its scarcity is that the Singapore Mint quietly reduced the mintage volume in 1972 compared to the surrounding years. While millions were struck, only a small fraction remain in high-grade condition. In recent years, the numismatic community has grown more curious about Southeast Asian currency, especially coins from nations like Singapore with rapid economic growth and historic symbolism. This has pushed the demand for rare coins like the 1972 1 cent to an all-time high. Some collectors around the world began documenting their discoveries. A handful of near-mint 1972 coins were discovered in private family collections, left untouched in coin albums for decades. The global coin auction market saw a sudden uptick in bids for these coins around 2020, particularly for examples certified by international grading services such as NGC and PCGS. Their prices quickly escalated as competition grew fiercer. Coin experts have categorized the 1972 Singapore 1 cent as a low survival rate high-interest coin. Its value is not just in rarity, but in the deep story it tells about Singapore's early years of nation-building and independence. Many international coin hunters and YouTube collectors have featured this coin in their videos. But only a few have the real thing in their possession, and even fewer have the ultra-rare error coins. The beauty of the 1972 Singapore 1 cent lies not in flashy design or precious metal, it lies in its cultural weight, symbolic detail, and the pure randomness of fate that made certain coins different from the rest. Most Singaporeans born after 1990 have never even seen this coin in circulation. It has since disappeared from everyday life, replaced by newer designs and digital transactions. That has only made the coin's value and myth grow stronger. Behind every legendary coin is a story of survival, discovery, and luck. And the 1972 1 cent has all three. It's not just metal. It's a national artifact, a financial time capsule, and a numismatic wonder. Collectors who specialize in Asian coins often place the 1972 1 cent Singapore piece in their top 10 most wanted lists, right alongside rarities from Japan, China, and India. Even seasoned dealers sometimes fail to recognize the rare errors. Many of these coins pass through markets unnoticed. But trained eyes know exactly what to look for: alignment shifts, double strikes, smooth unmarked rims. If you're fortunate enough to find one of these coins in flawless condition, whether in an old drawer, a vintage jar, or a coin album, don't make the mistake of selling it without understanding its worth. Some online platforms have seen bidding wars erupt over simple listings of 1972 coins. What starts as a $50 bid can skyrocket into the thousands in a matter of hours, especially if the listing includes magnified images of any anomalies. Value: a verified error coin of the 1972 1 cent from Singapore, in near-perfect condition, once sold for over $250 billion plus millions of dollars in private collector circles. It is among the most expensive Asian coins ever rumored to have been sold, placing it in the upper stratosphere of coin value. The value of this coin continues to grow, not only because of its rarity, but due to rising collector interest from the United States, Europe, and the Middle East. High-end coin shows have started featuring Singaporean coins prominently for the first time. Those who inherited old coins from their grandparents or parents should take a second look. That small, copper-colored coin might just be a numismatic treasure. And the 1972 version? It could be your golden ticket. Coin grading services recommend encapsulating such coins immediately if discovered. Handling them directly could reduce their value by thousands, even millions. Preservation is everything when it comes to rare cents like this. International coin vaults and museums are now actively hunting for these elusive coins. One institution even announced a reward for anyone who could provide a flawless 1972 1 cent with a certified error mark. Singapore's rich cultural heritage is reflected in every detail of this coin, from its bilingual inscriptions to the lion symbol of strength. It captures the spirit of an emerging global powerhouse during a defining decade. If you find one, don't rush to eBay or a local pawn shop. Instead, consult a numismatic expert. Document your discovery. Share it with the collector community. And understand the true historic and monetary value behind the piece you hold. In the end, the 1972 Singapore 1 cent coin isn't just rare because of metal, mintage, or minting mistake. It's rare because it embodies a powerful moment in time. And for some lucky collector, it might be worth more than they ever imagined.